Hello everyone, and today we're going to be looking at the relationship between arithmetic progression and geometric progression. Now, it is very possible that the terms we have in a sequence arithmetic progression to also occur in geometric progression. Okay, for example, if I have an arithmetic progression AP to have a sequence of 2, 4, 6, 8, and so on and so forth. And I have a geometric progression sequence to have 2, 4, 8, 16, okay, and so on. Okay, now it is very, somebody say, how do I know that this is GP? Okay, or this is AP and this is GP. 4 minus 2 will give me 2. Don't forget, an arithmetic progression we have a common difference, while geometric progression we have what? Common ratio. Okay, geometric progression have common ratio, arithmetic progression have common difference. Difference means subtraction, ratio means division. Okay, don't forget, ratio means division. Okay, difference means subtraction. Okay, please take note. Now, 4 minus 2 will give me 2. 6 minus 4 will give me 2. 8 minus 6 will give me 2. That shows that this sequence is an arithmetic progression because they have a common difference. Okay, now check this. 4 divided by 2. 4 divided by 2 will give me what? 2. 8 divided by 4 will give me what? 2. 16 divided by 8 will give me what? 2. All right. You see that this is what? This is common ratio. Common, they have a common ratio. Somebody say, can we subtract? Okay, 4 minus 2 will give me 2. 8 minus 4 cannot give me 2, it will give me 4. Okay, that is to tell you. 16 minus 8 will give me 8, not 2. That is to tell you that this is not an AP, but what? But geometric progression. Okay, we've explained that in one of our class. Now, it is very possible, if you check these two sequence, you will see that 2 in AP is the first term, and in this GP is still the first term, right? Now 4 in this place is the second term, in this place in GP is the second term. Okay, now 8 in AP, I'm using this as an example. 8 in AP is the third term, and AP 8 in this GP is what? Is also, no, 8 in AP, sorry, is fourth term, and 8 in GP is third term. Okay, what I'm trying to say, what we're trying to explain in essence is that it is very possible to have some terms in AP to also be equals to some terms in GP, but their position will be different. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Now, when we have that scenario, there is a correlation, there's a relation between AP and GP, and that's what we want to look at today. All right, and thank God we have a question on the board that we want to solve together. Please carefully follow the class. All right, you understand it. Okay, now let's check. Now we are told that the first, the third, and the eighth terms of an AP forms the first 3 consecutive terms of GP. Okay, for example, if the first term of the AP is, assuming that the first term of the AP, let's say the AP, the first term, assuming the first term is X, the second term is Y, the third term is P, the fourth term is, let's say, and so on and so forth, and the eighth term is, let's say, is Q. Now, the GP, now for the GP, now, since this is the first term, this is the first term of the AP, this is the third term of the AP, and this is the eighth term of the AP. What this question is saying is that the first term in that AP forms the first term of the GP. Now, the third term of the AP forms the second term of the GP. And the eighth term of the GP forms the third term of the GP. Do you get it now? This is what the question says. That is the interpretation of the statement. Do you get it now? So now we are now asked to find the system of the GP, not the system of the AP, and the sum of the first 6 terms of the GP. And that's what we want to do. If you understand this statement I've just explained, the statement, I've explained it now. If you understand, you follow me, right? Okay, now let's go to the nth term of AP. Now, the nth term of, for AP. Now, the nth term, don't forget the nth term of AP is given to be what? A plus, open bracket, n minus 1 multiplied by common difference. If you use this formula, if you are asked to find our first term, if you find your first term, which is will be what? This will be A plus, what is your n? For the first term, your n is 1. Okay? Now, your n will be 1 minus 1, which should be 0. 0 times D will be 0. That is A plus 0, and that will be A. So your first term will be your A. Now, if you use this formula to find your second term, your third term, you'll get this. The second term of AP, if you check that, that will give you A plus D. Okay? If you check the third term, your third term will be what? A plus 2D. Your fourth term will be what? A plus 3D. Now, your eighth term will be what? A plus 7D. Just put your n to be what? To be 8. 8 minus 1 will give us what? Will give us 7. 7 times D will be 7D. Do you get it? Therefore, that shows that the first term of the AP, the sequence, the first term of the sequence, the first term of AP will be what? Will be A. The third term, just keep following. The third term of the AP will be what? A plus what? 2D. And the eighth term of the AP will be equals to what? A plus 7D. Do you get it now? Perfect. Now we can continue. Now, don't forget that we are told that this first term, now, in essence, what they are telling us is that this A is also equivalent to the first term of AP, first term of GP rather, first term of GP. This is the third term of the AP. It is also the same thing as the second term of the GP. Okay? Now, this eighth term, according to the statement, it is also the same thing as the third term of the GP. Do you get it to this point? Good, perfect. Now, in this scenario, anytime when we have an AP to be equal to the consecutive terms of GP, now there is something you need to know. Note. Please note this. Note this. Anytime we have this kind of scenario, now when the three terms of arithmetic progression forms the three consecutives. I've explained consecutive. When they say consecutive, it means they follow each other. When we have 1, we have 2, we know that the next numbers that should follow should be 3. Okay, that means they follow consecutively. Now, when the three terms of an AP forms the three consecutive terms of GP, then the square of the middle term, of the AP equals equals the product of the term before and after the middle term. Okay, now you will get it. Of the GP. Okay, now what we're trying to say is assuming we have this, assuming the consecutive terms are P, that is, if we have the consecutive term of that GP, the consecutive terms to be P, R, and give me another letter. Let's say, and the Q, for example. Let's say these are the consecutive terms. Now, these are the consecutive terms. These are the consecutive terms. They follow themselves. Now, the policy says that the one in the middle, which one is in the middle? R is in the middle. This R is in the middle. The one in the middle, R squared, if you square them, it is not equals to the product of the one before the middle and the one after. That is P times Q multiplied by Q. Now, in this case, the consecutive terms are what? First, second, third. Now, the law says, what is the first? The first is A. Okay, the middle one is what? A plus 2D. And the one that follows is A plus 7D. In this case, that shows, don't forget the terms is what? A, the terms is A. We have A plus 2D. And we have the next one is what? A plus 7D. And so on and so forth. That is the consecutive terms, right? Now, the one in the middle, this is the one in the middle. This is the term in the middle. If you square the one in the middle, it will be equals to the one before multiplied by the one after. Do you get it now? Automatically, this will not be A plus 2D squared, all squared, will not be equals to A multiplied by A is the term before, multiplied by A plus 7D. Do you get it? Do you understand that? All right. So I can clean the board so that we can be able to continue that. It is very simple. This is very simple and you definitely get it well. Now, we have been able to form a statement. We've been able to form an equation rather. Okay, now from this equation, we can continue. If I expand the bracket, okay, this one, it means A plus 2D multiplied by A plus 2D equals to A into bracket A plus 7D, right? Now, if I expand this further, if I open the bracket, that shows that this A will multiply through this bracket. So I have A into bracket A plus 2D, okay, plus 2D multiplied by A plus 2D equals to A multiplied by A plus 7D, okay? That's just the common mathematics. I'm trying to expand this bracket. Okay? Now, let me open this bracket. If I open this bracket further, I have A times A will give me A squared. Okay? Plus A times 2D will give me 2AD. Plus 2D multiplied by A will give me plus 2AD. Plus 2D multiplied by 2D will give me plus 4D squared. Okay? Equals to A times A will give me A squared. A times plus 7D will give me plus 7AD. Do you get it? Correct. Now, if I collect like times or I had those ones that needs to be had, I have my A squared plus 2AD plus 2AD will give me 4AD plus 4D squared equals to A squared plus 7AD. AD. Automatically, I have AD squared at both sides. So this one should go away. First away, they should disappear. Because if you bring this A squared to this side, it will become A squared minus A squared. And that will be 0. Do you get it? Now, what am I left with? I'm left with 4AD plus, let me collect like times. Okay? If you collect like times, and that's part of what I want to do. If you don't cancel this, you can decide to leave it. If you collect like times, they will definitely go away. Okay, let me leave it and just try to explain further. Okay, if you collect like times here, you have your A squared. If you bring A squared to this place, it will become minus. So minus A squared plus, we have plus 4AD, we have plus 4AD. If we bring plus 7AD to this side, crossing equals to, it become minus 7AD. We have plus 4D squared plus 4D squared. We don't have anything for this side. That will be equals to 0. Okay? Now, this one will definitely disappear. AD minus AD will give us 0. So this one will go away. So 4AD minus 7AD will give me minus 3AD plus 4D squared equals to 0. So I can rearrange this. If I rearrange this mathematics, okay, we have 4D squared minus 3AD equals to 0. I only rearrange that mathematics. So I can factor this. If I factorize this, if I factorize this expression, what is the common factors? That is D into bracket. If you remove D from this, we have 4D minus 3A equals to 0. So if you still open this bracket, D times 4D will give me 4D squared. D times minus 3A will give me minus 3AD. Okay? Do you get it? Have it. Now, allow me to clean this. Allow me to clean this side of the board. Okay? We still have a lot to explain. Just keep following. Okay? Now, from this, now, if you factorize, we've been told that anytime when we factorize like that, that shows that either D equals to 0 or D can be equals to 0, or 4D minus 3A equals to 0, or 4D minus 3A equals to 0. Okay? Now, if you explain this, this will be D equals to 0, or my 4D equals to 3A. If you bring 3A to this side, it becomes plus. If you bring minus 3A, crossing equals to, it will be 0 plus 3A, and that will be 3A. So my D can be equals to 0, or my D equals to 3A over 4. If you divide both sides by 4, you get that. Now, did you know that we can disregard D to be 0? Your common difference cannot be 0. Your common difference should not be 0. If your common difference is 0, that shows that your terms will definitely be the same. That shows, okay, somebody say, what do you mean? Okay, now let's go back to the formula. The formula says the nth term of AP equals to A plus n minus 1 multiplied by D. If your D is 0, that shows that this whole place will be 0, because 0 times all this, irrespective of your n. Supposing your n is 7, 7 minus 1 is 6. 6 times 0 will be what? 0. That shows that your terms, your terms in that AP will be the same. It will be A, comma A, comma A. It will be A all the same. Let's prove. Okay, now assuming that your D is 0, that shows that for second term, let's pick third term. Your third term will be equals to A plus 3 minus 1 multiplied by your D. Your D is what? Assuming that your D is 0, that's multiplied by 0. So that will be A plus 3 minus 1 is what? 2. 2 times 0 is what? 0. So A plus 0 will be what? A. Now shows that your first term is A and your third term is also A, which is not feasible. So your D equals to 0 is not feasible. We say it is trivial. Okay? In mathematics, we say it is trivial. Okay? D equals to 0 is not feasible. We say it is trivial. Okay? You don't need that mathematics statement. What I've just explained to you tell you that your D should not be 0. Okay, now the valid value of D will not be, the valid value of your common difference will be 3A minus 4, and that is what we reckon with for now. Okay? Now if we want to get, we have gotten our common difference. In the question, we are not asked for the common difference. We are asked for what? For your sixth term of the GP. All right? Now, don't forget, the sixth term of the GP is what we have to find. But you need to find, we have gotten our first term in the formula. We have said our first term is what? Is A in the GP. The sequence is A. Okay? Now, the third term, the second term is A plus what? Have we cleaned it? A plus 2D. And the third term is A plus 7D, right? This is first of the GP. This is second. This is third. Okay? Now we have to find the sixth term of that GP. Now, don't forget. Please follow me. This is our common difference. Now, if our D is 3A over 4, don't forget, if you want to get your common difference, to common ratio rather, for common ratio in GP, for common ratio in GP is equals to second term, your second term divided by your first term, or your third term divided by your second term. Do you follow? Now, if you know that this is the formula to calculate common ratio, right? Now, what is my second term? My second term is what? A. That shows that my common ratio, which is equals to, my second term is A plus 2D divided by, what is my first term? Divided by A. Do you get it now? Now, in this case, what is my D? My D has been gotten to be 3A. Now, you substitute. If you substitute D equals 3A divided by 4 in your common ratio. Okay? Please allow me to clean this. We're getting there. Don't worry, you'll get it perfectly. Now, your common ratio, which is equals to A plus 2D divided by A, will now be equals to A plus 2 multiplied by, what is my D? My D is 3A over 4. We have 3A divided by 4. Okay? All divided by A. The only thing that's changed is I've inserted the value of my D, my common difference. So this will now be equals to 2 year 1, 2 year 2. So we have A plus 3A over 2. So we have A plus 3A divided by 2. This is 3A. 3A over 2, all divided by A. Do you get it? Now, do you know that you can find your LCM for this and find your common ratio? Now, I want to find my common ratio. I want to change this. Now, this is the same thing as A plus 3A over 2. If you find the LCM of this one, this is 2. 1 into 2. 2 times A will give me 2A plus 2 into 1. 1 times 3A will give me 3A. This will be 5A divided by 2. Okay? So this is the same thing as 5A over 2 all divided by A. Do you get it now? So my common ratio is the same thing as 5a divided by 2, okay, divided by a, okay? This a plus 3a over 2 is the same thing as 5a over 2 divided by a, divided by a. If I change this, this is the same thing as a divided by 1. If I change this division to multiplication, it becomes r equals to 5a divided by 2 multiplied by, the denominator will come up and the numerator will go down. That shows that the one down will go up and the one up will go down. So we have 1 over a. Do you get it now? Automatically, this a will cancel this a. So and my common ratio will now be equals to, my r will be equals to 5 divided by 2. Take note. Take note, please. So my common ratio is equals to 5 over 2. Don't forget, I'm not asked to find common ratio. I'm not asked to find common difference. But in my process of getting my sixth term, I need my common ratio. Are you following me? Good, perfect. All right, I can clean this. Allow me to clean this place because we have a lot to explain. Okay. Now, if you get that, we can progress to our question. Question number 1. Question number 1 says we should find the sixth term of an AP. Don't forget the nth term of GP. The nth term of GP equals to what? AR power n minus 1. Okay? That shows that if we have to get our sixth term, now our sixth term, don't forget that for us, from this formula, if you want to get the sixth term, our n will be equals to 6. Our r, we have gotten our common ratio to be what? 5 over 2. What else do we need? That is the only thing we need. So now we have to find our sixth term. That is what we have to find. Therefore, our sixth term will not be equals to, go to the formula. What is our A? Our A still remain A. Okay? Our A still remain, our first term is not given. Our A is still our A. So equals to A multiplied by what is our R? Our common ratio is 5 over 2. We have 5 divided by 2. Our n minus 1, what is our n? 6. That will be 6 minus 1. So our sixth term will be A multiplied by 5 over 2 power 5. Do you get it? And this our A, this our sixth term will be equals to A multiplied by 5 raised to power 5 divided by 2 raised to power 5. So our sixth term will now be equals to 5 power 5 will give us 3-1. Sorry, our sixth term will be equals to A multiplied by 3125 divided by, this should be 32, right? 2 raised to power 5 should be 32, I guess. Let me confirm, please. 32, correct. So automatically, this is A is the same thing as S divided by 1. So the numerator will multiply themselves and the denominator will multiply themselves. That shows that our sixth term that we have to find is the same thing as 3125A divided by 32. Correct. Do you get it? Now, the second question says we should find the sum of the sixth term of the GP. The sixth term of the GP. The sixth term of the GP. Don't forget, number 2. Don't forget the sum of GP is given as A multiplied by R raised to power n minus 1. all divided by r minus 1. Okay? Now, that shows that the sum of the sixth term is not equivalent to what is our a. Our a still remain a multiplied by what is our r? Our r is 5 over 2. That is 5 over 2. What is our n? Let me use a bigger bracket. Raised to power 6, because we have to find the sum of 6. Now our n has changed to 6. 6 minus 1, okay? All divided by r is what? 6 minus 1. Sorry, r is 5 over 2, sorry. 5 over 2 minus 1. Do you get it down? What I've only done is I introduced my formula, the sum. This is the sum. This is known as the sum formula to calculate the sum of GP. Okay? Now, I just insert my values. I know my A to be my A. I know my R to be 5 over 2. My N, I'm asked to find the sixth term. So my N will be 6. So my R is 5 over 2. And that's what I've done. Okay? Now, we should be able to continue from this side. Okay? Now, from this side, we have, this will be the same thing. This will be the same thing as A multiplied by 5 raised to power 6 divided by 2 raised to power 6, okay, minus 1, all divided by 5 over 2 minus 1. Do you get it? So when a fraction has a power, it means both the numerator has the power and the denominator, okay? Now this is the same. Allow me to clean this side now. You should be done with this side, right? Okay. Now, this is the same thing as A, my sum of sixth term will now be equals to 5, that is A, into bracket 5 raised to power 6. 5 raised to power 6, 5 power 6 will give me 15625. Okay. 2 raised to power 6 is what? 2 power 6 will give me 64 divided by 64 minus 1. Okay? All divided by 5 over 2 minus 1. We can do that now. 5 over 2 minus 1. You find the LCM. The LCM is 2. 2 in 2, 1. 1 times 5 is 5. Minus, this is 1 into 2. 2 times 1 will give me 2. Okay, that will be 3 over 2. So this is the same thing as divided by 3 over 2. Are you getting it? Now, from this, we know that we can find the LCM of this bracket. We have 15625 divided by 64 minus 1. If you find the LCM, your LCM will be 64. 64 in 64, 1. 1 times the numerator will give me 15625 minus 1 in 64. 64 times 1 will give me minus 64. And this will give us 15625 minus 64 will give me 15561 divided by 64. And this is what we have. Our sum of sixth term will now be equivalent to A multiplied by 15561. Okay? Divided by 64, right? Okay? All divide, don't forget, it is all. all divided by 3 over 2. All right? Are you following me? Now, this is the same thing as, if you open this bracket, this is the same thing as 15561A divided by 64. Okay? If you open this bracket, all right? Or if I don't want to confuse us, let me write it in this format. We have, this is the same thing as A into bracket 15561 divided by 64, now divided by 3 over 2. Let's be taking it gradually. Okay? Let's be taking it gradually. Now from this side, we have, if I change this to multiplication and I open this bracket, if I open the bracket, let me take it gradually. If I open the bracket, okay, I have 15, that is my sum of my 6 term, will now be equals to 15561A divided by 64. If I change this one to multiplication, it will be multiplied by 2 over 3. Don't forget, I've said if you change this division to multiplication, your numerator will come down and your denominator will go up. The number up will go down and the number down will go up. All right? Now, if you check this now, 2 year 1, 2 year 1, 2 year 32. Is it possible for 3 to go in 15561? Okay? Let's check. 15561 divided by 3. Is it possible? Yes, that is possible. Allow me to clean. Which side can I clean? So automatically, this will now be equals to 3 year 1. 3 in this side will give us 5187. So my sum of my 6th term will now be equals to 5187A, okay, divided by 32. All right? That will be the value of my sum of my 6th term. Okay? 2 year 1, 2 in 64, 32. 3 year 1, 3 in 15561A will give me 5187A. Okay? So automatically, the sum, automatically the sum notes, or therefore, sum of 6th term will now be equals to 5187A divided by 32. Okay? And that is our last answer. Okay? I want to circle that so that you take notes. We have gotten the sum, we have gotten the 6th term, and then we have gotten the second question we asked, which is the sum of the 6th term. And this is the way we can relate our AP and our GP together. All right? Okay, now you must understand that when we have 3 consecutive terms of GP, okay, let me just give an example. Where can I clean, please? Let me clean this place. Okay, now when we have 3 consecutive terms of GP, as we have explained earlier, supposing I have a GP to be, let's say we have a GP to be, let's say we have 2, 4, we have 8, we have 16. Okay, now we need to know that when we have 3 consecutive, just pick 3 of them. Assuming I'm picking these 3. Assuming I'm picking these 3 terms. Now, the one in the middle, this is the one in the middle. 4 is the one in the middle. If you square the term in the middle, that is 4 squared, will be equals to the product of the term before the one in the middle and the one after, which is 2 times 8. 4 squared is 16. 2 times 8 will be what? 16. Same thing is if you are taking these 3 terms. If you are taking these 3 terms, Which number will be in the middle? 8. 8 will be in the middle. This 8 will be in the middle. 8 squared will be equals to 4 times 16. And 4 times 16, is it not 64? I think that should be 64. 8 squared will also be 64. And that is just to prove to you that when we have 3 consecutive terms of GP, the one in the middle, the term in the middle squared, will be equal to the product of the term before, the one in the middle, and the one after. Do you get it now? This is just a proof to tell you what we have discussed earlier. Please take notes. That when we have 3 consecutive terms of GP, the term in the middle will be equivalent to the product, the term in the middle squared. If you square the term in the middle, it will be equivalent to the product of the term before and the one after. Okay? Now, if you have understand this class, kindly like, subscribe, and share my videos. I will see you in the next class. Thank you. Bye.